Yeah, no question. I think we all are. I mean, you can look at the score down in Austin on Saturday and see that the scores are coming down in this league, and so we're all looking for answers. And it definitely is a challenge to find ways to kind of offset what they're doing and be able to run the football and still move it efficiently.
You mentioned the scores coming down. Is that more effective? The defense is catching up to the offense, or is it the amount of talent that has graduated and moved on to the pro careers on the offensive side?
No, I mean, Oklahoma State has everybody back, you know, and you look at the score, they scored 10 down in Austin. You watch the film, UT did a good job keeping all those guys in front of them and making them have long drives. And so that's what some teams in the league are doing. And I think all the offenses are getting used to adjusting to that and the style of play that will come from it.
What do you think of the defensive coordinators in this league, maybe just compared to what are the defensive coordinators there have been over the past 17 years or 20 years or so?
Yeah, I just think, you know, the game's evolving, and it always does. It's cyclical. Football's always been cyclical, and so now they're starting to try some different things in the back end and play different styles. And as an offensive coach, all of us are adjusting and doing certain things to still try and be effective against it.
Do you see it, how different is it maybe compared to the defenses you faced when you were playing quarterback?
Yeah, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. I mean, it's kind of a hybrid coverage that not a lot of people are running, and even looking across the country, I think it's pretty predominant in the Big 12.
Those 3 years when you were playing here, or 2000 to 02, what kind of defenses did you face most Saturdays? Or?
We got a bunch of different looks. Obviously, people tried different things to try and stop it. It was still new to this league, and so week in, week out, you'd see every coverage imaginable. I think you know, we'd prepare 1 week for something, and then you get a different look on Saturday.
Coach, is there any plan going forward to kind of make some more decisions at the line of scrimmage, or just rolling kind of with what y'all have been doing, where it kind of looks over to you, you kind of give them a play?
Yeah, we're you know, we do both right now, and so we'll continue to mix it up. And he has a lot on him, you know, every Saturday, and so we'll get him to play sometimes, and then sometimes he'll get us into the right play.
Whenever the quarterback struggles, obviously people have asked, how about changing quarterbacks? What's your response?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he struggled, you know, from my point of view. I think as an offense, we struggled to have continuous drives and take care of the football. And, you know, the interception on the screen, we missed a block. But he was efficient in the passing game. We moved the ball well at times. So I didn't see it as a struggle for him. I just think offensively they had a good game plan, and they've been playing good defense, and we didn't execute like we needed to.
Are there any positions on offense that, and I know you say everybody's battling for their job each week, but are there any positions on offense where you might make any changes?
You have to see on Saturday.
What are y'all at in protocols? Justin, is he still kind of?
Yeah, we're still working through it. He's day to day, and we'll see if he'll be ready to go this weekend.
Coach, any updates on Clayton Hatfield?
I do not. Same thing. We're still working through it, and he's rehabbing. And when he's ready to go, we'll get him out there.
If Justin doesn't, if he doesn't practice, does that affect preparation at all? Or guys like Trey and Desmond, you just plug them in there?
Yeah, that's kind of how we're doing it. Obviously, Justin has had a solid senior season. He brings some real explosiveness to that position, but we'll get Nisby and Felton and Trey going and go from there.
The other day you mentioned, is Trey a scholarship player?
He is.
Was he a scholarship player from the beginning?
He is. No, he was not.
So when did y'all decide to put him on?
I don't remember the exact date, but it was into camp at some point.
I know you have a game to win, so I assume the reunions with Ruffin and Bill Beebo and Dennis will be kind of brief?
Yeah, we usually, I mean, it's great to see those guys. They were always great to me here. They did a lot for Texas Tech in their time here. But usually you get to the game and it starts and you don't have a lot of time to reminisce.
Now, coaches always kind of like to say each game kind of means the same amount. But the next stretch of 3 or 4 games, how important is it for your team's morale and kind of how you guys end this season off?
Yeah, we need to play better. I felt like, Oklahoma State, West Virginia had a chance to win those games last week. Even in the fourth quarter, we're driving before that interception, had a chance to win the game, but can't turn the ball over 3 times. We got stopped on fourth twice, which we consider a turnover, and just have to have more intensity and have better execution. And I think this team has it in them. When we're playing well at times, we're playing really well, but we have to be more consistent.
So what do you remember about Lincoln during the time that he was in the second quarterback room with you over here?
Yeah, just really bright. I think you could tell he was really sharp. Coach Leach identified that early on, and he loved football. I just remember he was passionate about it and very, very sharp at a young age.
You relate to him since both of y'all were very good high school quarterbacks who didn't get much recruiting attention and kind of had to prove yourselves.
Yeah, he was out here in West Texas, which a lot of these kids don't get recruited very heavily. But I've always respected Lincoln because of the way he's worked. And, when he was a student assistant and a GA, he was up here at all hours with Coach Leach and learning and grinding and doing anything they asked him to do. And he really paid his dues to get where he's at.
Your thoughts on Mark Andrews? I know you guys play a lot of big-bodied receivers, but kind of a tight end, but plays more like a receiver.
Yeah, it's impressive. Reminds me of Jace when he was here. I mean, I guess he's about 265, 270 pounds now. He's really developed his body into an NFL body. They split him out. He's physical in the run game when they ask him to block there, and he'll be playing on Sundays for a long time.
Anything else?
What about are you glad this is your last game to face Baker?
Yeah, he's had a heck of a career, obviously. Watching him this year, just the command he's playing with, having so many reps in this offense. I mean, he doesn't make a mistake. He's virtually impossible to sack and just playing at a really, really high level. Losing that skill that he lost last year. I mean, they still have talented players, but he's stepped his game up even more, and it's impressive to watch.
Has Justice Parker reached a point where he might be a starter even without, or even when everybody is healthy?
We'll see. He continues to make big plays, but we're going to keep that competition going. We feel like we have a good rotation there at that nickel, and so it'll really be a week-by-week basis.
What is the follow-up to that? How's Douglas Coleman doing now?
He's been better. I'm hoping he'll be able to go this week. So we'll see how he looks today at practice, but he's been better this week.
So getting back closer to
Being ready to go. Yes, sir.
The defense that everybody's been running against you, is it just because, you think they're not afraid of Nick running at all?
No. I mean, it's something that has been on the rise, and like I said, they're playing it against everybody. And it's a challenge, and it's a new fad in our league, and people are executing it well. And so offensively, we just have to do a good job of adapting to it. And like I said, you're not going to have as many quick strike, big play type touchdown drives. So you got to be efficient, and you got to maintain 10 to 12 play drives and not turn the ball over.
With the playing time at rush end, Colin Hill obviously has been more prominent in making a bunch of plays here the last few weeks. Is the rotation there more so based on what Colin is doing, or is Tony Johnson picking up something to get back to the level that he was, say, the first month?
No, I think Colin has played well, and we're still, getting Tony comfortable with everything and want to be able to. He's playing some snaps, so we want him to be able to play, every package we have, and we're still working through that. So he understands what to do in every set, every defense we're running.
Very physical O-line, good skill players. That's pretty much it. They're a good team, good solid team.
When you're facing this type of talented team, does that add the juices to get you guys going for a late kickoff on the road?
Yeah, definitely, ups the ante. Preparation starts today, so we have to focus on today, as far as practice, have a good practice today, tomorrow, rest of the week.
How do you feel like, what do y'all need to do to recapture kind of what y'all had going in the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season?
Just, prepare better. There's a lot that we need to focus on ourselves as a team. So it just comes down to us, just preparing better.
How will preparation be Saturday? Because you guys haven't had a night game on the road yet.
Yeah, that's one thing that we haven't had. But I mean, we're gonna have the same mentality that we've had for every other game. Hopefully, it's gonna be a more crazy environment, but just gotta up the ante.
Justin, a couple weeks ago, mentioned that at West Virginia, he saw during those third and fourth quarters the juice on the sideline kind of lacking. Is that something you think you got back this week, or do you think that's something that's still not there?
I feel like that's something that we still need to get as a team. There's times where we have it, and then we'll just get complacent. So, we need to keep that edge on us at all times.
How much of the responsibility of that falls on the players, though? Because you obviously got the coaches kind of trying to rally the troops, but something that you saw in that Houston game, was just the players really taking it on themselves, defensive players encouraging offensive players, and vice versa.
Yeah, it definitely falls on us. Just our coaches always try to motivate us and try to keep that edge for us. But as a player, as leaders, we need to, tell the other guys, rally the troops. Just everybody keep that, that same mentality throughout the whole game.
Defensively, how do you guys prepare, going up against a guy like Baker Mayfield, who's just super physical and athletic?
The difference?
How do you prepare?
We're going to take it. He's definitely, a really good player. So that's one thing that he's one of the guys that, one of the key players, in the game. So, we're just we want to make them feel uncomfortable as far as him having that pocket presence and all that stuff. We just want to make the whole offense feel uncomfortable as a defense.
Last year, this was the game tabbed as the game defense forgot with the shootout with over 1,000 yards between the two teams. Does that add a chip on the shoulder for a defense knowing that you guys can play better than that?
Yeah, definitely, and that kind of shows. I feel like our defense is improving, each and every week. We're not the same defense from last year, so, that's one thing that we're just going to have that in the back of our mind throughout that whole game.
Oklahoma's left tackle Orlando Brown, number 78, made one of the mid-season All-America teams. And a big guy being 6'8" and 345. How does he look to you on the film, or what will be some keys to playing effectively against him?
Along with him and all the other O-linemen, he's very physical. They're all physical, so that's something that as a D-line we got to match up with. Just physicality.
What's the differences it made for you being your second year to play in Coach Gibbs' system?
At this time in my career here, I'm used to Coach Gibbs' defense, so that's one thing that, as a player, I'm very comfortable with the defense that Coach Gibbs is calling, and it just comes down to, all of us executing his calls as a defense.
Would you say the increased success that you had this year, I know you said part of it is playing rush end as opposed to end.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it's more because of that, or more just because you've been here longer and gotten used to the calls and everything?
I personally feel that, playing rush in is something that, I'm more comfortable in that position because of the size that I am. I just really being, in the trenches is something that, I'm good at doing, but, I feel like I'm better, I'm more comfortable with playing rush.
You still communicate with you still have any buddies on the Notre Dame team, or paying attention to their game?
Yeah, I definitely, keep in touch with a few of them, especially on the defense, like Nick Watkins. You know, he had a big pick against USC this past weekend, so I definitely keep in contact with a few of those guys.
You send any of those guys a congratulatory text or anything after the other night?
Nah, nothing like that. I just keep in contact with them every now and then.
Playing under the lights again with your home crowd behind you, but is there a small party that loves to go on the road and silence a crowd?
Yeah, that's
rooting against you.
There's no better feeling than doing that. You know, on the road against, you know, you have thousands of people there, and just to hear them silent in their own stadium, you know, that's a great feeling. So, you know, that's something that we're looking forward to.
You know, that's a good question. That's what we're trying to figure out. But I think the biggest thing is we just got to focus on doing our job and not doing too much. I think some of us get, you know, trying to make the big play every play and worrying about that. We just got to focus on taking what they give us and going from there and, you know, attacking what they give us.
Is this something that you're seeing on tape, them dropping all these guys back, or is it something that they're installing just kind of in game?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we kind of knew, and that's one. I think that's the reason we ran the ball so much, because that is a run-friendly defense, and trying to establish that run when they're dropping 8 guys. I mean, that kind of seems to be a trend in the Big 12, just because you know how high-powered the offenses are, and so that's something that we can look forward to in the next few weeks, and so that's what we're game planning for and getting ready to attack those.
As a receiver, how do you adapt? What are the adjustments you make?
I mean, really, I think just a lot of underneath stuff, getting ready for the – I think we didn't have very many, you know, big plays and didn't throw the ball downfield very much because we couldn't, because they're dropping, you know, they have 3 safeties and corners are getting out. And so just got to attack the underneath stuff and having shorter plays and, you know, getting ready for those longer, you know, 10, 12-play drives where you got to move it downfield and not rely on that big play. And so that's what we got to get better at, is just, you know, having those longer play drives and getting in the end zone.
As a receiver, is it something where you have to recognize where a soft spot is and sit down in the zone also when it's open but not for very long?
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of, I think, you know, there was one drive where we just threw a bunch of unders, and, you know, we just got to find that gap in there. And, you know, they were there. Like you said, sometimes they're not there open very long. And so it's one thing we got to work on, getting that timing down and finding those windows.
What do you see when you look at this Oklahoma defense?
I mean, yeah, they're a good defense. They play hard. You know, they play a lot of zone. And like I said, we might see them play a little bit like Iowa State, just based off what they see on film and how we struggled a little bit with that. And so we're game planning for that and getting ready for that, and you know, trying to find ways to attack that type of defense. But at the same time, like I said, they play hard. They've got good athletes, as always, and so it'll be a good challenge for us.
Justin noted that a couple weeks ago against West Virginia, and late in that third and early in that fourth quarter, he noticed that some juice was lacking on the sideline. Was it there against Iowa State, or was that still something that you kind of noticed wasn't exactly there at all the time?
Yeah, it was a little flat at times. You know, for whatever reason, I'm not sure. We got to be better at that, and you know, I think those 11 a.m. games sometimes, you know, you got to bring your own energy, and it was definitely, you could tell it was flat on the sideline at times, and especially when we were struggling, and so we just got to do a better job of, as players and as leaders, just bringing that energy. You know, I think I don't think we'll have to worry about it this week. 7 p.m. at Oklahoma. It'll probably be sold out, and their crowd will be getting very wild, and they're students, and so I don't think we're going to have to worry about bringing that energy.
Is there any better feeling than silencing a loud, raucous crowd like that?
Yeah, no doubt. So hopefully we can do that on Saturday.
Dylan, a couple of minutes ago, Kliff when he was talking about the defenses, that West Virginia and Iowa State showed y'all, and he pointed out that Oklahoma State and Texas was a 13-10 game the other day. And he said these kind of defenses is kind of a trend and kind of a hot thing in the Big 12 now. Since you've been here 5 years, do you remember seeing those kind of defenses maybe back when you were a freshman or redshirt freshman?
You know, the first time that I can think of is last year against West Virginia. That's what they did against us here, and And like you said, Texas was doing that against Oklahoma State, and you know, kind of holding their receivers, and they've got, you know, a ton of great playmakers on their offense, and so yeah, I think that is a trend. Just, you know, forcing people to run the ball, and which is one thing that Big 12 is not necessarily known for. So got to adapt to that. Got to establish the run game, which will hopefully bring those safeties. You know, once you establish the run game, bring those safeties down a little bit so they have to help, and then opens up the passing game. So that's what we got to do. We just got to do a better job establishing the run game.
I don't know if TCU was exactly the same, but it seemed like last year they also gave Pat and y'all trouble with dropping quite a few guys as well. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah, if I can remember right, you know, that's.
Because they play 3 safeties.
So, like you said, yeah, that's probably going to be one thing that we're going to have to expect the rest of the year. So we just got to have to get in the film room and work at practice, finding ways to attack that.
What do y'all say among yourselves in the receivers room, since obviously y'all are some of the most experienced guys on the team, and I'm sure it doesn't sit well to not be as productive the last couple of weeks as you're accustomed to?
Yeah, you know, as a receiver, the room, we're just doing anything we can, doing our job. You know, in the run game, trying to block hard on the perimeter, that helps a lot. You know, getting those backs, you know, and our running backs been running hard, and they'll pop outside, and you never know where they're going to go. And so, just doing our job, not being selfish. You know, the ball's going to get spread around. Just trying to play unselfishly, and when the ball comes our way, make a play. Even if, you know, you get those 50-50 balls or whatever it may be, just find a way to make a play.
Does Nick's confidence ever waver at all, or is he kind of pretty good at keeping an even keel?
Yeah, you know, he's, like I've mentioned before, he's one of the toughest guys on the team, most competitive. So when when a play doesn't go our way, you know, he puts it on himself, and he's very hard on himself. He's his biggest critic, but no, his confidence is always there. And he may be hard on himself, but he's ready to get out there and make a play the next series. So.
After the missed extra point on the first touchdown against Iowa State, you hear boos in the crowd. How much does that affect you guys on the sideline when it's your home crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said it didn't have an effect at all. You know, that's one of those things. You know, we score quick, and then it just kind of, I don't know, takes the air out of you a little bit when something like that happens. But at the same time, that's football. You know, things are going to go your way, things aren't going to go your way. So just got to move on from that and get over it and play the next play.
As a receiver on the offensive side, what's more frustrating, a missed field goal or a missed 4th and 1 opportunity?
I mean, just as an offensive player, I always, you know, want to get in the end zone, and so whatever we have to do to try to get in the end zone, that's what we want to do. And but at the same time, that's, you know, going forward as a field goal, that's a smart decision by the coach, and that's his decision. And you know, got to have confidence in the kicker, no matter the situation. And it just didn't work out sometimes, and so. I know we're getting in there this week, and they're doing a lot of extra work and getting better. So hopefully we can get the kicking game going. But yeah, I mean, anytime we get a chance to go for it, I'm down to go for it. But yeah, like I said, offensively, I just want to get in the end zone and do whatever I can to get in the end zone.